All right, Kelyn, I know you played right back last game, but the midfield, what's going on there? Is it?
Well, it's different, right? I don't think we've played the same three in the midfield for a while now. It's always kind of been changing around. You have your staples, but when you lose a guy like João Paulo, who runs that midfield, I mean, he's the captain of that midfield, really. You got to find a way around that, right? So you have to have someone who sits as that number 6, kind of covering that back 4. You got to have 1 or 2 guys, maybe as 2 10s, 2 8s. In that terms, making sure they're box to box as well as they are attacking. They need to make sure they're defending as well. And look, it just hasn't clicked all the way. I think you saw many spurts of it. I thought against Portland that first half, I know we were down 1-0, but we were creating a lot of chances. You saw even a few moments in Nashville as well, where the connections were there. There are little connections. It's just the rotations are maybe a second slow, and defensively maybe we're not stepping out quick enough. But that's play by play. It's not like you can just determine every play is this or that. It's such a flow that you have to make sure you connect with the guy next to you.
Yeah, and so does that take some familiarity?
Yeah,
just in
absolutely.
terms of knowing when one's going, one's coming back, and then the communication.
Yeah,
there.
and a little bit of unselfish play. A lot of times I know myself. I was an attacking player when I was younger, so when I see it, it's like I see an open field. When I see a little gap I can run into, and there's moments where I have to kind of think, okay, wait. If I run there, there's no one left in the midfield. I got to make sure I can stay. So it's about controlling yourself as well and being unselfish and letting the guys in front of you play, at least from my angle of it. Letting the guys in front of you do the creating while I'm there to clean everything up and make sure that nothing's getting by us.
And you're not playing 11 or nothing, because the other teams are also kind of cheating in terms of that.
Yes.
What are you? We talked Nashville and Portland. What are teams doing against you then, or what? Let's just take their mindset. Are they trying to clog that mid, or what?
A lot of times they're trying to pull or bring multiple guys in front or next to that 6. So if there's a guy in the middle, they're trying to bring guys on either side. If you look at the goal against Portland in that first half, Blanco, who was their number 10, was all the way on the outside.
That's right.
And he had a few other guys coming in the midfield. And so it's congestion in there, but the guy that we were kind of making sure where is he was all the way on the outside. So it's a little bit different, free flowing. Against Nashville, Muthar would come off the back line. And so you have everything in front of you, and then all of a sudden the guy's on your back shoulder and you don't see him. So there's a communication problem. There's a difference of, how quick can you turn your head, but you can't get I can't be in every passing angle. I can't be in every tackle, but it's about recovering when you do so. So making the right angle when you recover. If the guy gets the ball here, if his first touch is by me, can I get a hand on to make sure that he's not going to go drive at our back line? He has to go sideways or backwards.
And does that put extra pressure on the defense in terms of whoever's in that center back calling then kind of the formations? Because even on the Portland goal, it was a looping play here and it was in the back. So does that take a little bit more maybe opening up? Or
it's again, it's such a free-flowing game that it's so hard to say that this, if this player's here, you have to be here. Guys are recovering back from maybe an attack. They're on a counter. There's no rhyme or reason. It's kind of last ditch. This is where we're going to stop. But yeah, there's communication all over the field, and it's left, right. You've got a guy here, Kelyn. You can step. That's a big one. Is allowing a guy to say, "Hey, we got your back. Go step," and create something and make sure we stop him there. Because if you have that confidence, you know that you can go and kind of fight for the ball.
Having a lethal striker sitting out for a while kind of allows defenses to do that. I mean, obviously, Raul coming back. I don't know if he's coming back this game. I don't want to conjecture anything, but obviously that helps. Not to discount Jordan, but what does that do when you have your number 1 striker in the game?
It's nice. It just creates a lot of trouble for their defense, and it creates a lot of space for guys like Nico, like Jordan, like Christian, because their center backs are almost pinned because Raul is sitting in between them, and so it's a little bit different. You have to play a different game when Raul is in the field than when Will's in the field, when Freddie Montero's in the field, when Jordan's up top. Jordan threatens that back line long, so guys can fit that role, and Nico can find that ball in front of the center backs because the center backs are worried about Jordan getting it behind. Same with Raul in times, and Raul likes to get the ball in front, which means Jordan and Christian can make those runs in behind because he pulls a guy or two.